And we do this before important events like this, meetings, ceremonies, and it's actually done when we do the game of Dewa Aladu, which is the Creators Game, which you guys will be playing tonight. Now, in the address, it starts off with the people, and we work our way up to the sky world. So it starts off like this. Agweglaskan didawawa nuni nagwa nigula and a daytinawalada na ungwesua nagwego skana agahaga G deaguato the one yet nagato ahanjaga. I'm having a hard time because of the the reverb in here, so just bear with me. Agwegoskan di dawawa nuni nagwa nigula and daytinawalada na yetini stoha ahanja. Tonya Duhak na ungwani gula.
Who's you starting goal? Starting cursed?
Yep. Also, these.
Anthem Specialist and U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel retired. Dr. Cat will be honoring both Canada and the United States of America with her renditions of "Oh Canada" and the Star-Spangled Banner.
And you're also welcome to join in. Oh Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love. say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, lacrosse fans, the moment you've all been waiting for. The 2023 USA Lacrosse Fall Classic starts now. Make some noise.
We've reached the nightcap here on day one of the 2023 USA Lacrosse Fall Classic from Tierney Field in beautiful Sparks, Maryland. Glenn Clark alongside Monica Moore as we get ready for the rivalry game, the U.S. and Canada. Monica was mission accomplished for Team USA. They win their second consecutive World Championship this summer in San Diego. But this is a 4-year process, and you got to get right back to work identifying who's going to be part of the next World Championships in 2027.
You do. There's absolutely no time to rest, and so this event, one of the first big ones, I think, to reestablish yourself after that event. And Glenn, we were actually here last year when the stakes were very high for all of the athletes that were participating, and we just marveled at the level of focus and discipline out on the field. All the athletes really working so hard to show their best, and I certainly expect to see the same level here tonight.
And in a different way, it feels like this is just as important for these players, because these are players that have to prove themselves. These aren't players that were on that roster that won the World Championship, but they want to represent their country in 27, maybe in 28 at the Olympics perhaps. So they've got to scratch and claw to earn their spot as part of this national team program. And for a lot of them, this is going to be their first experience playing in the national team level at any age group at this point.
That's right, and you really have to take advantage of every opportunity that you get to really establish yourself, to make a name for yourself, and I'm sure that's what a lot of these players are thinking here today, just really wanting to show that not only do they have the skill set, but they have that lacrosse IQ to go along with it that you really need to be able to play on the international stage.
The Canadian roster actually does feature a few of the players that were on the World Championship roster when they reached the championship and came up just a bit short, losing 10-7 and claiming the silver medal in San Diego. So a lot of these same story players that want to prove themselves. It will be at the face-off dot, Justin Ignacio going up against Mikey Sisselberger. How do you like having Mikey Sisselberger and Petey LaSala as the guys that weren't quite able to make it to the traveling World Championship roster? Not a bad duo to send out there. Team USA in the white shirts, the white shorts, the blue numerals, white helmets. They're moving left to right on your internet dial. Canada, black shirts, red shorts, black helmets, red numerals. And we are underway, and it'll be first face-off victory to Team Canada. Don't know that I expected that, and we've got a bit of an equipment issue. Mikey Sisselberger had to get separated from Justin Ignacio as Canada goes on the attack for the first time tonight.
It was really a great battle to start things off, and I think we're going to see that all game long. But you're exactly right. It is just a wealth of talent in terms of those face-off specialist players for the United States. They have a lot of options, and very quickly Canada going to goal.
Yeah, right to work as Graydon Hogg moving right to left. Fires that shot wide. It's backed up, stays with Team Canada. And that'll be one of the things we want to watch is those face-off specialists. It's very difficult with Trevor Baptiste, T.D. Erlin at the top of the list for Mikey Sisselberger, Petey LaSala to work their way through to the national team level. They've got to continue to play dominant face-off lacrosse. Good movement from Team Canada.
That's exactly right. They've been very aggressive early on. We talked about that in our first game, about how Team Canada's women came out really all fired up, and another great shot.
Boy, that was not an easy angle at all, but well taken. And the first goal of the night belongs to Mike Robinson, the graduate student from Delaware, who gets Canada on the board.
You're going to see this right here, just that great first step, just to go right past the defender, got some good momentum, and I love that shot placement by Mike Robinson.
Scored 32 goals a year ago. It's Canada that draws first blood. You would think that maybe there's a little bit of a revenge factor when you hear national teams, but again, so few of these players are actually involved on those rosters that competed in the gold medal game at the World Championships, and I'm not sure that revenge is the word. Boy, thought that might have been a push, not called. And Canada with a chance instead. The long pole coming in to scoop that up. That was Colin Squires.
Yeah, it looks like Team USA was going to win that one pretty quickly, but it took much more of a battle, and just a nice play by Colin Squires to pick up the ball and get Team USA their first offensive opportunity of the evening. And what I really liked about what Canada did is they took their first shot pretty quickly, but it was a good shot. It was not anything that was forced, and then they were able to convert.
Talk about the wealth of talent that Team USA presents. Again, these are the guys that weren't on the field for the World Championships. The first attack unit, yeah, just Mac O'Keefe, Logan Wisnauskas, and Asher Knowlting. Ooh, good move in front by Knowlting, but not able to put it home.
Just curling around the crease. It was a beautiful play. Very crafty, but you're going to see the pressure by Knowlting until he gets right to the midline.
Canada in goal. Drake Porter plays with Atlas, came from Syracuse. In goal for Team USA. First up, Colin Kearse, one of the three Kearse brothers, part of this Fall Classic roster, along with Cole and Connor. Saw Cole out there. Another low shot and another goal. Great start for the Canadians.
Sam English
Canada goal scored
with his first goal.
Sam English.
2-0 Canada. English getting ready for his fifth year, which he's going to take at Syracuse after playing for Princeton his last few years. Just a good running look. Built up a head full of steam and was able to bury it.
Just found the right opening to get that shot off. Good shot placement. This is a fantastic start for Team Canada. They're just playing with a lot of confidence. They're being very efficient on offense. And then another face-off win.
Justin Inacio is showing something at the face-off dot. We can't be all that surprised. Justin Inacio is an outstanding face-off specialist who's part of the World Championship roster for Canada. That experience quite valuable. The trail check, they don't get the turnover as the ground ball is scooped up by Jared Connors. But Inacio, of course, played collegiately at Ohio State. Was on the roster for Archers this season. Did not play. He's been playing with the Calgary Roughnecks in the NLL. Inacio making an early statement, but looked like it'd be advantage Team USA at the face-off dot tonight.
No, but we watched him warming up, and he was completely dialed in, ready to go. But credit Team USA for just not giving up on the play once Team Canada picks up the face-off.
Team USA back to work. Second possession offensively.
Wow.
And a good running bouncer goes to cut it to 2-1. Good finish.
Team USA
on the
goal
run.
scored by number 42, Jack
Chris,
Hanna.
it's Chris Aslanian, actually, who's wearing number 42 tonight. Chris Aslanian, a late switch to the roster, midfielder from Cannons in the PLL, played at Hobart, gets his first goal of the event.
Going low with that shot to work past the goalkeeper. We had several late roster changes for Team USA, so a couple of players who were anticipated to be here not in attendance, but a good opportunity for Chris Aslanian to come in and just immediately becoming a factor in this contest.
Not a violation. They're going to do it again. And it's Petey LaSala now on to take on Inacio at the dot. And LaSala, of course, with great snakes in the PLL. Played at Virginia, where he was a 3-time All-American. And a face-off violation nonetheless. So Team USA a little rattled at the dot against Inacio so far. First face-off violation in the first half.
Yeah, again, just a credit to what he's doing, playing with so much confidence, asserting himself early on, using great technique to get it done.
So Team Canada already with the 2-1 advantage. Good moves from Sam English to get free, head full of steam, trying to switch fields. Pass is knocked down, giving chase, picking up the ground ball. This is McConvey. Thomas McConvey played with Water Dogs in the PLL. First team All-American at Virginia after he began his collegiate career at Vermont.
Some good patience here out of Team Canada. We've really seen them do a couple of different diverse things with their first few offensive sets on the field.
McConvey working against Bubba Fairman, the outstanding short stick defensive midfielder. Boy, his life changed when he decided to make that position switch. Helped lead Maryland to an undefeated national championship season.
You hear those stories a lot, though, with players that are willing to do that, and it really ends up working out quite well for them.
In a way, it's rewritten Bubba Fairman's story in this sport. Wrap around in front, a wonderful finish.
Wow, Ross Scott.
Yeah, Ross Scott. And that, to me, Monica, that's the beauty of the Canadian game. You play so much box lacrosse in Canada that operating in tight situations and creating angles, that's exactly what you see from Ross Scott.
It really is. It makes all the difference. And you see just a small sliver of an angle to convert that shot. Such good balance from Team Canada early on. It's been 3 different goal scorers. And we marveled at the efficiency of the U20 women's team in the first quarter of our first game. And we're seeing that out of Team Canada here in our second contest of the evening. They have really taken advantage of the opportunities. They've shown patience when they've needed to. They've been assertive when they've needed to.
Tied up Sisselberger. And again, little surprising. Canada off to such a great start at the dot. But to be taken back, Cole Kirst brings it up for Team USA.
I think Team USA just hungry right now for some offensive opportunities. They've been playing a lot of defense so far in this first quarter.
Connor Kirst sends it behind to Knowlton. Team USA trying to get going offensively from well outside, stepping into it. But Wisnowski's shot just getting a piece of it, Drake Porter.
It was a good shot selection from distance and some good ball movement from Team USA to try to create that opportunity. Asher Knowlton has really been trying to work around the crease.
And good movement, shot wide, this time off the stick of O'Keefe. Gonna be a neat weekend for Mac O'Keefe as tomorrow the U.S. and Canadian national teams will both play again. Both will take on Penn State. Of course, for Mac O'Keefe, had such an outstanding career. This will be a fun weekend for him.
I think that's right. He has, I think, so much pride in the fact that Penn State is here, that they performed so well last year, making it to the national semifinals.
What a thriller that was against Duke in the Final Four.
Absolutely.
Overtime game.
That's one I think people are going to remember for a very long time. And of course, there's a little heartache at the end of it, but you have to celebrate what you were able to achieve in the season and the fact that you competed in a game like that.
We'll talk more about that tomorrow, but you wonder if Penn State might be getting ready for a breakthrough. We remind you right now that playing with international rules, so no possession clock, no shot clock in international competitions. We see a prolonged possession right now for Team USA. That shot fired in high from O'Keefe. Backup is there with Asher Knowlton. Had the opportunity to catch up with Seth Tierney, the, of course, head coach at Hofstra, who works as an assistant on Team USA staff. And he really singled out Asher Knowlton as a player that has, just because he's so unique, just such a specimen. Looking at him, he has such a skill that could work and translate to the international game, and you see it right there as he bullies his way in front and puts it home.
As if on cue, Asher Knowlton just showing you a little bit of what's in the skill set. He's so difficult to defend. He creates lots of matchup problems for the defense, and we've been seeing him all game long just try to sneak around the crease, still drawing the defensive attention and able to capitalize. But that's what we have come to expect from Asher Nolting.
Two-time PLL All-Star in 2023, first-team All-Pro with cannons. His first goal of the night cuts it back to a 3-2 game with just over 4 minutes remaining. But we also saw U.S. take advantage of a very long possession there. Didn't have to work for a shot clock reset or force the ball to the corner. They continued to wear down the Canadian defense before they got the look they wanted.
Jack Oldman, that time, winning the face-off for Team Canada. So really, we've seen both of the face-off specialists today for Team Canada perform very well.
That will do for that young man's confidence, because he is only getting ready for his freshman season at Ohio State. To be out here battling against some of the best in the world and winning face-offs, that is a statement for Jack Oldman. Canadians take a timeout here with 3:36 remaining in the first quarter. They're in front 3-2 over Team USA. Let's recap, as you mentioned, we were here earlier today for a U20 matchup on the women's side between Team USA and Canada. It was a very competitive first half. Ultimately, Team USA pulling away for a 16-9 victory. We've got a very long day tomorrow. We'll be bringing you 4 games here at Tierney Field. Monica, you're going to be here in the morning as Northwestern, the reigning national champions, will be here to take on both the U.S. and Canadian national teams on the women's side. Then you're going to be hanging out with me for 2 more afterwards as Penn State takes on the U.S. and Canadian men. So a really great day. I know the weather's not great, but a really great day to get out here to Sparks and join us at the USA Fall Classic, or continue to watch with us here on the USA Lacrosse YouTube page.
That's right. I mean, there's nowhere else you'd rather be if you are a lacrosse fan, because the level of talent that's going to be out on the field tomorrow is going to be at an extremely high level. We already got a little bit of a foreshadowing of that in our first game today. Of course, this game has not disappointed at all either. And when you get to see those teams, you see Northwestern, who is the reigning women's national champion. What a season they had last year. What a national championship win they had. It was very decisive. And then, of course, we've talked about the magical season for Penn State. So it's going to be a lot of fun despite the weather. We encourage you to come out and really just enjoy a great day of lacrosse.
And if the weather's too much, that's why we're here. We're here to make it feel like you're here. That's the idea. Out of the timeout, Canada ball leading 3-2. With 3.5 to play in this first quarter.
Fantastic defensive pressure right there.
Yeah, stretching it out a little bit more defensively. And you wonder if that's because you're expecting Canada perhaps slow down and they play longer possessions. So you want to stretch out your defense just a bit as you see some really harassing defense.
Yeah, Team Canada, who had a couple of really impressive, and the flags flying there, really impressive opening goals, really doing what they wanted to do offensively.
That was side netting, but there was indeed a push that's going to lead to an extra man. Watch it one more time. Yeah, 30-second penalty coming. Unfortunately, we've had this problem a couple times, so I'm about to find out who's wearing number 27.
30 seconds.
That's the difficulty with an event like this one, where the rosters change
Constantly
at the last moment. But we have to appreciate the fact that when certain players become unavailable, other players can come in and get this opportunity.
So 32nd man up for Team Canada. Not trying to force anything in the early going. Shot. Oh, nice save inside. Or did it get through? It might have been blocked on the way in.
But an outstanding defensive stand by Team USA. You saw the quick ball movement by Team Canada. They were really trying to stretch out the defense.
Speaking of quick ball movement, how about Jared Connors getting that ball? I don't think he ever actually caught that ball in transition as much as he just redirected it because he could see the hit that was about to come from Graydon Hogg. Sorry, that was actually number 9, Ty Kurtz, who was about to level him. Really impressive to get rid of that in transition.
Just great awareness.
And Campbell running shot wide.
Backed up by Team USA.
And Nolting, who's been operating from back at X and has been very impressive, not surprisingly. Nolting was part of the World Championship team. He just wasn't on the travel roster A couple other players who are part of this event, Mikey Sisselberger, Logan Wisnauskas, were also part of the training roster for the World Championships this summer, but weren't part of the travel and playing rosters.
You see, though, the amount of attention that Asher Nolting is drawing.
And it leaves Matt Campbell able to get free. The 2023 All-Star with cannons delivers to tie things up at 3 apiece.
By number 44, Matt Campbell.
So we take another look here. Just a great step to try to create some room. And again, look at that shot placement. When you know you're playing at with the caliber of goalkeepers that we have in this event, your shot selection is so important. And you're seeing what these players are doing here, really putting a lot of thought into where they're putting the ball.
Running clock, the international rules would go under a minute, and another very clean face-off win for Oldman. Oldman winning that battle with LaSala. It has been one-way traffic at the face-off dot tonight.
It's been very interesting, not what we anticipated, and just a credit to Team Canada. They came ready to compete for those possessions at the face-off dot.
Peshko dodging left, feeds it in front, turned aside on the rebound, no!
Whew. What a fantastic play to prevent the goal there.
Flurry of activity in that sequence. With 2 seconds left, Canada just got to flick it down, and that'll be how the first quarter comes to a close. Very entertaining the first 15 minutes of lacrosse here at Tierney Field. Team USA Canada tied at 3. You're watching the USA Lacrosse Fall Classic.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down. They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. That electrolytes are all the same.
And just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing.
Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
How about Colin Kurse in the closing seconds of the first quarter? Back-to-back saves. The all-star goalie this season with Cannons and the PLL making 2 huge saves there. And again, another position, Monica Moore, where it's so tough right now for players to break through. The job that Jack Kelly and Blaze Reardon have done at the top of the depth chart for Team USA. Colin Kurse trying to prove that he deserves to be in the conversation.
Absolutely. We saw great technique there, great positioning to make those stops out of Colin Kurse. I think he's been very strong in the first quarter.
First face-off violation of the first half for Canada, and they had been dominant at the face-off dot in quarter number 1. Glenn Clark, Monica Moore with you from USA Lacrosse headquarters here in Sparks, Maryland. USA Lacrosse Fall Classic. Team USA Canada knotted up 3 apiece to start the second quarter. Getting free inside, but not able to put it home was Cole Kirst.
Really, Glenn, I think the story of the first quarter was the success of Canada with their face-off specialists. I think they really came to play. They knew exactly what they were looking to do with their matchups, and they really delivered. And if you want to get an edge in this game, that's going to be one of the biggest places to look.
Great defensive play behind the cage. Prolonged battle for the ground ball. Still being contested. It briefly was scooped up. Again, we have a number problem because I don't have a number 2 on my Canada roster. We'll try to figure out who that is. Shot off the post from Wisnauskas.
It's really good ball movement once again by Team USA. Just working the ball around, stretching out the defense.
Canada foul on Reed Bowering, unnecessary roughness.
Bowering called for the roughness, so a 60-second extra man opportunity for Team USA. Bowering out of Drexel on the roster for Archers. The only game he played this season happened to be the PLL championship game where he scored a goal. Knowlton not able to stuff it home. Pretty good timing.
Absolutely.
You pick a game to play. Championship game ain't a bad one to step in for.
That would be the one that I would select. A little fancy there by Team USA. Had the cutter, but didn't find him.
Good movement. It's exactly how you draw it up as Wisnauskas buries it.
Yeah, as you said, this was just textbook in terms of man-up offense for Team USA, working the ball around, getting lots of people involved, stretching out the defense. You see, just hanging onto the ball, drawing the defense, then passing. Well executed as Team USA takes the lead.
Connor Kurse gets the assist, and I think what was key there is you sent Xander Dixon to the middle of the field. He drew the attention, and you created action off of that in order for Wisnauskas, the former Towards and winner at the University of Maryland, to get his first goal of the night.
Yeah, storied career for Wisnauskas.
How about that, a second face-off violation here in the first half for the Americans. It'll be interesting to see how that affects them, if at all. I would imagine, given the fact that it's an exhibition game, they'll just say, just keep going out there and doing the same stuff. Don't worry about it if it turns into a penalty. Hogg moving to his left, dodging for Team Canada. Again, sharp move.
Wow.
Cursed there to, well, let's make sure that's cursed. Yep, it is. It's still cursed. We're expecting to see halves from the goalies.
Yeah, in an exhibition game, that is definitely what the coaches typically do to give each goalkeeper a time to shine. And Colin Kurse certainly has made a number of good stops back in net for Team USA.
Matt Witcher had Hogg on the turf but couldn't get the ball out, so Canada maintains possession here. Now trailing for the first time, 4-3. A little bit sloppy on the pass. Ground ball. Peshko still not able to grab it. And finally the hold is going to go the other way, so Canada will keep possession.
Some good pressure, though, by Jared Connors.
Get a look at Dyson Williams, of course, the 5th year from Duke. What a season he had a year ago, getting All-American honors. Get knocked down, CTGB, going the other way for Team USA. Thinking about it, but not pulling the trigger. Probably the right decision from Jackson Bonnets.
Yeah, he is one to watch. Jackson Bonnets in this event made the big defensive play, then makes a smart play on the other end of the field. Two-time All-American at Navy.
The only collegiate player on the Team USA Fall Classic roster. Of course, working with his head coach, Joe Amplo, who runs the defense for Team USA. Seth Tierney running the offense, Joe Amplo the defense, Charlie Toomey from Loyola working with the goalies, and of course John Danowski leading the program. And what a job they have done, that group of coaches leading this Team USA program, stepping into the shot wide for O'Keefe.
But I think back for Jackson Bonnets, I mean, it's a true statement, I think, for him to be here this weekend, just building off of what he has done in the college game, getting this experience and the exposure.
And he's got some Team USA experience already. He was on the U21 team that won the gold medal in 2022. So building off of that, O'Keefe stinging it.
There was so much power behind that shot by Mac O'Keefe. He's been excellent on the day so far. Really no surprise that he is stepping up in this event. But again, look at this rocket of a shot to the far side. And Chris Aslanian also really coming up big tonight so far.
That's a good point. His second point of the game for Aslanian, and for O'Keefe, his first goal in the event. Worth pointing out, too, that low to high shot. There's not a whole lot that you can do about that as a goalie. You're trying to watch the plane of that shot.
Very difficult to stop.
It's like exploding at you.
And also even to get your positioning right in terms of knowing exactly where you want to go to try to stop the ball. But look at Team Canada once again finding success, winning the faceoff.
When you were praising them a minute ago, you used the phrase face-off specialists, and I'm glad you did, because it's not Ignacio. You're not all that surprised by his success, but for Oldman to step in as well and give them a boost at the dot. Imagine if you're an Ohio State fan tuned in for this event tonight, you are all kinds of fired up about what Jack Oldman could bring to your program.
Well, it's certainly true, and just getting this experience this fall is only going to help you grow and be better and better.
Team Canada now, for the first time, facing a little adversity in this first half, trailing by multiple goals, trying to get a response, and getting instead completely hung up and losing the ball is Sam English.
I think one of the big stories for Team USA has been how good their defense has been, because, again, not finding as much of the success as we thought that they would find at the faceoff dot, but their defense has really had some good moments to help them get some extra possessions.
Team USA will set up offensively. We talked about it in our first game tonight, Monica. So much more difficult in the international game to rally from down big in the second half because of the running clock.
It certainly makes a difference in terms of your strategy and what you're trying to do, but you certainly want to keep games close, and you have to be aware of the clock at all times.
Holkhurst trying to make a move, wanting to bulldodge his way inside. Second defender comes over, and he gets leveled.
Big defensive play. Zach Deacon.
Zach Deacon plays in the NLL with the New York Riptide. He was a first-round pick back in 2022. Just wrapped his career at Jacksonville. Finished with 136 ground balls, 67 caused turnovers during his time with the Dolphins. Stepping in and making a play.
Well, that's exactly what you have to do to try to rip some of the momentum back.
Not close. Dyson Williams lined it up, let it fly, but could not get it on target. Now, what a year for Dyson Williams. All-American honors, the season at Duke. #1 pick of the Albany Firewolves in the NLL draft. Played for Team Canada in the World Championships. What's the encore? Came just a game short of a national championship a year ago. Ball's still loose in front of the cage. Somebody's got to cover it up or grab it.
It was a nice idea, though, by Team Canada. They're going to hang on to possession.
You love the effort from the former Terp, Brett Makar, there as he's laying out and trying to get it back to somebody who can help him out. But that's actually dangerous, because you never know in a scramble. If you throw it to the other team, that could lead to an easy shot on goal.
Makar actually, though, played some good defense earlier in that possession. Experienced defender.
And not all that surprising from Brett Makar, an all-star this season, of course, with Atlas. What a career he had at the University of Maryland, two-time All-American. Hog shot not on target. Back up there for Ross Scott.
Team Canada is just firing at will here, taking a lot of opportunities, not able to connect right there.
Ball doesn't come all the way back to the restraining line. Instead, scooped up. Kurtz holds on to possession. Back to Hogg. Hogg, ooh, he gets a lick. Right in there, Brett Makar.
Yeah, we were just talking about him in terms of his ability to defend the ball.
Go the other way. Brett Makar, another player that you would think stands out among guys that could work their way into the conversation for the national team by the time we get around to 2027 and the next World Lacrosse.
Yeah, such a
championship.
physical defender. We've already seen it on several occasions tonight. It's a gutsy choice to go inside with him right there.
And of course, the other subtext, all of this, 2028, the LA Olympics, just one step left in the process for lacrosse to be approved, the sixes format. That is a difficult angle. Wow, Asher Nolting, the second time tonight, did not have a lot of angle to work with, but gets it to go anyway.
He's just so special in his ability to score in so many different ways. He's so good around the crease. The footwork is so good. The execution and the finish is so good by Asher Nolting.
He got a wicked hop on that, too. Really well placed.
But Glenn, to your point, it has been such an exciting week. I think for everyone who loves the sport of lacrosse to think about the prospect of sixes being in the 2028 games, the level of exposure and opportunity, how the sport is going to be elevated, and that one last step to be achieved. But
we're expecting it to be finalized on Monday. The executive board of the IOC approved it. Now just one final hurdle that is expected to be completed within days to make it official. Not just for lacrosse, it would actually be that baseball, softball will be guaranteed spots again in the 2028 Olympics, as well as cricket, squash, and for the first time ever, lacrosse has had to wait a long time. It's been since 1908. But flag football will become an Olympic sport for the first time ever. Football being included in an Olympiad. American football, that is.
Such an exciting time for sports fans who love all of those sports. But I think for lacrosse, which there has been so much advocacy for so long, such great ambassadors of the sport. And every time I talk with Jenny Levy, who's the head coach of the women's team, she talks about that, about how that has been at the forefront of her mind in terms of leading the women's program. And to see some of that coming to fruition, it's been a lot of fun to see.
Saw the shot wide from McConvey. Possession continues with that reminder. No shot clocks in the international game. Show patience and keep working for a good look. And right now, Canada needs a goal just to get momentum going the other way. But a great double team. Somehow working through all of that and keeping that alive. First play, McConvey. And it leads to the shot on the opposite side. Canada cuts it to 6-4.
That was so much good work by Thomas McConvey, just sticking with it, showing the strength, the athleticism, getting back to his feet, working through the defenders. Really well done, and then to finish.
It's the behind the back, too. Somehow I missed that in all of it. I don't think you get an assist, but you should get an assist.
You should get something.
There. Curse comes up with the save, but it's back to a 2-goal game with just over a minute to play in the second quarter. Really great job by Mike Robinson in order to get that to go. We'll get another timeout on the field here with 1:16 remaining in quarter number 2. Robinson's second goal of the night. Let's watch it one more time, Monica, because everything about this is spectacular.
That's right. And I think every time you watch it, you see something a little different in terms of what's happening out on the field. But take a look here, just the execution. That is so well done. If there were a play that's worthy of a highlight reel, start to finish on that one.
You don't know what's most mesmerizing about it, right? Like, that's an arguable SC top 10 for the entire, either layer of that is an incredible play. To put all of that together for the Robinson goal, that's spectacular.
I think if you're a coach, when you kind of understand just the team nature of that play, different players working together, not giving up on the play, just seeing that level of determination, it makes you very excited about these players that you're seeing out on the field.
It was a much needed goal for Canada as well. As momentum was clearly on the side of the Americans. They had stretched it out to their largest lead of the night at 6-3. So a big response from Team Canada to cut it back to a 2-goal game here with 1:16 remaining in the half. Coming up at halftime, we will have first half highlights for you.
There have certainly been some. We have seen some beautiful goals from both of these two teams, some big moments, some nice goalkeeper play. We've talked a lot about what we've seen from Colin Kirst on the day so far.
I have to apologize. It was English, not Robinson, who scored the goal. It was difficult for us to see in that scramble. They're saying it was English. It's on me. My apologies. Second of the night for Sam English. And I don't want to take that one away from him.
Absolutely.
Because that one's one that he's going to want to relive for a long time.
Absolutely. He's going to want to watch that one over again on a loop, because it really just shows the skill set, the versatility, the composure.
Coming off a 20-point season at Princeton a year ago as he gets ready to go.
1 minute remaining in the half.
Finish his career at Syracuse. English, as Canada's decided they're going to flatten this, try to hold for the final shot of the first half.
I think a good strategic decision here for Team Canada. They are looking to help cut into this deficit before halftime, and certainly want to make sure they get that good shot.
It's always important. You want to operate with enough time left, but you don't leave yourself that if you miss the shot wide, you don't have an opportunity to get a backup. English still with it. We go to about 20 seconds. English trying to get free up top. He sends it wide, and there you go. That's why you want to operate then, is so that you can get a backup and maintain possession. And now Team USA is going to take their final timeout to talk about defensively what they want to do over these final 16 seconds. So far, so good for Canada on this possession, right? They do what they want to do. They run the clock down. They now know that if they don't score, it's very unlikely there's going to be enough time left for Team USA to go the other way in transition.
Exactly, but from Team USA's perspective, this is a very important moment, because it's very different to go into halftime with the 2-goal lead as opposed to the 1-goal lead. So they want to tighten a lot of things up here, make sure that they shut down any potential big moments from Team Canada.
See the Canadian sideline, their coaching staff, the Canisius head coach Mark Miyashita, as well as Panther City Lacrosse Club head coach Tracy Koluski, Dan Coates, volunteer assistant at Canisius, and the Canadian lacrosse legend himself, Kevin Crowley, part of the 2014 World Championship roster, working with Team Canada here at the Fall Classic. Out of the timeout, 16 seconds remaining for the Canadians. Try to make this a 1-goal game going into the half. Nightcap day 1. Great crowd on hand. Got a little crisp tonight. You can feel it in the air. The fall is here.
It always does every year for this event. You really start to get those chilly evenings.
It's like the official almost start of when things have turned. Out of the timeout. What do they have in store? Scott sends it back down to goal line extended. And somehow getting off that rip, McConvey gets piped despite not having much of an angle. 3 seconds left. Just going to have to chuck it down and hope for the best, and that'll be how the first half comes to a close. McConvey got a good look, not able to convert. Team USA with the 2-goal advantage after 30 minutes. We'll take a short break, come back in here, get you some first half highlights. You're watching the 2023 USA Lacrosse Fall Classic.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. That electrolytes are all the same.
Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing.
Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Oh, it's on. Watch out, scrub. Whoa! Look at JT Giles Harris calls the turnover.
It's 6-4 here at the half at Tierney Field. You're watching the 2023 USA Lacrosse Fall Classic.
We're thrilled to have MedStar as our partner.
You know, MedStar is the biggest provider of sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic. We're fortunate we cover the Ravens, the Orioles, the Wizards, the Capitals, 15 colleges and universities. One of the biggest flags I think this organization can fly is being very proactive about health and safety as compared to just about any sporting organization I've worked with over my 30-year career.
Every player knows the skills you learn on the field can be the foundation for anything you choose to do in life.
Thank you for connecting me to a greater community.
We're growing beyond goals on the field.
And our futures are united.
So thank you, Lacrosse.
For inspiring me to be me.
We are better,
Safer,
and wiser together.
and we're building a stronger future
For everyone.
6-4 Team USA in front of Team Canada here at the 2023 USA Lacrosse Fall Classic. Glenn Clark, Monica Moore with you. Monica, in the early going, Team Canada really did quite well at the face-off dot, and that had them very much in this one. USA was able to right the ship a little bit in the second quarter, allowed them to start pulling away just slightly.
They did. They had some good defensive play early on, and then Team USA with all the momentum, some great shot selections, very efficient offensively, and things evening up a little bit at the face-off dot.
We're going to take a look at our first half highlights and see some of the action from the early going.
Team Canada wasted very little time getting on the scoreboard very early. That was Mike Robinson.
Jackson is struggling.
And then the running shot to follow it up and stretch it to 2-0 from Sam English. Canada had all the vibes in the first quarter.
Yeah, Team USA looking for the answer. They finally found it from Chris Aslanian.
Second goal.
Ross Scott working from behind the cage, starting in front, very little angle, but able to finish anyway. Canada again was rolling at that point.
But Asher Nolting really started to assert himself from behind the crease. He was outstanding in the first half of the game.
One of 2 goals he had tonight, shooting cross body. Matt Campbell scoring to tie it up for Team USA.
And this was great ball movement by Team USA to get the conversion there.
The extra man goal from Logan Wisnauskas, and that allowed them to start getting some separation. That low to high shot from Mac O'Keefe. They opened up a 2-goal lead at that point.
And you just started to see the confidence building and building for Team USA. Asher Nolting does such a good job picking his moments.
We can't watch it enough, but Convey keeps it alive. Gets the shot off. It's scooped up by English and falling down. He somehow gets that shot off behind the back his second goal of the game in order to cut it to 6-4. You see warming up in the cage, Matt DeLuca. We're expecting to see him here in half number 2 for Team USA. As again, it is an exhibition. It might be U.S.-Canada, and there might be bad blood between these programs and all that, but it's an exhibition, and it's about getting these players the opportunity to show themselves in an international, you know, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to keep saying exhibition because it is still a high-level competition and international field. It's an opportunity for these players to sort of make a stand as we start moving towards the next cycle for the national team.
That's right, and that's why you're constantly seeing different players shuffling in, different matchups and lineups together so that players play with different personnel. And of course, the goalkeeper change. We were very impressed in the first half with what we saw from the keepers, but now this will be just a different look, and that's a challenge for offense as well. Now you have to adjust to who your new goalkeeper is back in goal.
So that's where we are here at Tierney Field. Team USA in front 6-4 over Team Canada. The second half is coming up next here at the USA Lacrosse Fall Classic.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down. They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. That electrolytes are all the same.
And just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing.
Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Getting ready for the start of the second half here at Tierney Field. Team USA leading Team Canada 6-4. Glenn Clark, Monica Moore with you. Feels like we have a second here and an appropriate opportunity to congratulate Team USA head coach John Danowski, who, as we were reminded of on the video board here at halftime, is going to be inducted this January into the National Lacrosse Hall of Fame. Obviously not only now a two-time world champion as the head coach at Team USA, but obviously what a career he has had at Duke. And Monica, I think for a lot of people, it's hard to remember the circumstances in which he took over at Duke. It was not a great situation at the point that he arrived, but very quickly got them back to the national championship level. A true legend in this sport.
He really is. When you think about everything that he has done to elevate the game of lacrosse, it's no surprise in terms of the honors and the recognition. So well deserved, and frankly such a good opportunity for all these athletes playing for him this weekend to have that opportunity to learn from someone who's really one of the greatest minds in the game right now.
Also in this class, Devin Wills, Kyle Sweeney, the Georgetown legend, Bob Shaw, of course Johns Hopkins and pro legend Kyle Harrison going in this class, as well as Laura Herbert also in this class, Katie Crest-Irby, and the longtime official Lynn Bowers will be recognized in this year's class of the National Lacrosse Hall of Fame, the induction ceremony to happen in Baltimore in January. Right now, we're getting ready for the start of the second half. Teams, of course, switch sides again. Team Canada sends Ignacio back out to the face-off dot to start this third quarter. Mikey Sisselberger back out there. Of course, champion with archers. Was part of the national team training camp a year ago and very much in the mix for the national team. All-star this year in the PLL, second team All-Pro. Going 67% at the dot in the pro season. Owns the NCAA single-season record, 79.5%, but another face-off violation.
Face-off violation, Team USA.
We saw quite a few of those in the first half. So a little surprising, a little uncharacteristic.
I apologize. They got a third late. You're right, Monica. They actually got that third one as well. So that is odd. Don't expect that from the caliber of face-off specialists that they have.
You certainly don't, in terms of the level of focus that you typically see. And now the question, can Team Canada really capitalize? Because they have had quite a bit of success either winning the face-offs outright or from the violations. But we're seeing that intense defensive pressure out of Team USA once again being very disruptive.
That'll be out and back to the Americans. You saw at the top there, Jackson Bonnet's, again, the only collegiate player on the roster for Team USA getting the ball on the turf. Didn't lead to the turnover. Canada got it back. But he's been very impressive, making the step up in competition. Playing against pros.
And again, such a fantastic opportunity for him this weekend to really play against the level of competition that is here, to really see how you match up, to see where you might want to make improvements in your own game. And of course, just that mental preparedness that an event like this requires.
Nolting again feeds the middle.
Wow.
O'Keefe going behind the back. Now they're trying to all get some highlights.
Well, the fans certainly appreciate it. That's the type of things they have come to see.
Hits the turf and into the crease. It'll be crease called against Kirst as he was trying to still come away with that ground ball. And Canada gets it back.
Yeah, going for the long clear right there.
This could be sloppy, and that leads to an easy goal in front. You got to go get the ball. Ross Scott just basically able to sweep it home to make it a one-goal game.
Very opportunistic by Ross Scott. Just the way that this play evolved. Again, going for the long clearance ball. Going forward, a lot of the defenders forward up the field, and look at that placement.
It left DeLuca in no man's land because he felt like he had to come out and play the ball like a field player. But if you do that, again, you better get the ball, because if you don't,
you have a player like Ross Scott that's going to make you pay for it.
Second goal of the game for Ross Scott in Canada, which was trailing by 3 late in the second quarter, right back in this. It's a one-goal game. That one not handled by Connors.
And Michael Grace doing a good job just trying to keep battling for possession before Team USA comes up with it.
Connors able to get it back. Always worth pointing out, again, these exceptional face-off specialists, they get used to the guys that they have at the wing with their pro teams, their collegiate teams, working with different guys. It definitely, not only did they only have one, I think, walkthrough this morning, I don't even think the entire team was able to be there together for the walkthrough, as that's deflected, kept alive. Battle for the ball continues.
Certainly is one of the challenging things about this weekend, because you are playing with a lot of people that you haven't played with before. There's really limited time to prepare. So some of that chemistry that you get used to having with your teammates, you don't have.
Nolting with the fake. Now he wants to bully his way back in front. He goes behind the back, not on target. Backup is there in the form of Xander Dixon. Dixon, who plays for Atlas, the University of Virginia, was an all-star this year in the PLL. On the heels of being a second-team All-American with the Cavaliers earlier in the spring. Good things are tending to happen when Nolting's operated from back at X. He feeds it in front to O'Keefe, who can't get that on target.
Well, that's exactly right, because if he's not himself going to goal, he's helped freeing up some people and facilitating with all the attention that he draws from the defense.
Just such an imposing figure.
And I think defenses just spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to handle him and what he does.
Operating from X, just like that. Tic-tac-toe. Nolting to O'Keefe. And it's 7-5 USA.
That's a great shot as well, getting a lot of power behind this, well executed. We were talking about sometimes missing that chemistry, but on that play right there, Team USA looked like they had practiced that a number of times. That was so well executed. And again, Asher Nolting has made us look very good several times tonight because we've been talking about him, his ability to facilitate, and that's what he does.
His style really translates well to the international game. Look, Asher Nolting's style translates well everywhere. Let's be fair about
That's
that.
true.
There's a reason he was a first-team All-Pro with the Cannons this year. 21 goals and 20 assists. Another face-off win, this time for Oldman. Huge night for the youngster, Jack Oldman, really making a name for himself.
Well, that's right. And when you think about the amount of confidence that you're going to take out of this experience, really seeing the way that you can compete at this level, that's worth volumes in terms of what you're going to be able to do in the future.
Keith with the second goal of the game, Nolting with his first assist and third point on the night. 7-5. Canada goes right back to work. English has it intercepted. Just holding his ground, plucking that down out of the air. Ethan Rawl, the long stick midfielder, plays for Cannons, second-team All-Pro this season by way of Rutgers. Just a nice instinctual play.
It was such great anticipation and such good understanding of what your opponent is trying to do to be able to make that play.
Connor Kirst. There's Mike Grace on him. Kirst dodging to his left. Sends it all the way back behind to who else? Nolting.
But just when you think that Canada is going to start to put together some momentum, Team USA comes up with a big offensive play, big defensive play, and now feeling like they're in the driver's seat again in terms of controlling the game.
Cole Kirst does well to protect that. Thought there was a little bit too much mustard on that pass from Mac O'Keefe. Don't get me wrong, I know it's like Oktoberfest season. I enjoy a little bit of mustard, but you can't have too much mustard. Nolting trying to get in front. Two defenders come his way, and that's what you're talking about. That means somebody's got to get a good look out of it, and this time it's Cole Kirst. And the U.S. matches their largest lead of the night at 8-5.
Every single time, Asher Nolting just drawing the defense away. He commands so much attention out on the field, but then the vision to spot his teammate setting up Cole Kirst, and then you see all the open space around Cole Kirst because of the attention that Asher Nolting draws. And in fact, you just hear over the PA, the second straight assist for Asher Nolting. So he's not just someone who can score goals working behind the goal. He is someone who can facilitate. He brings so much even when he's not even touching the ball.
Fourth point on the night for Nolting. For Cole Kirst, his first goal of the game. Also worth pointing out, Cole Kirst, what an honor it was for him this year as he was named the PLL's Jimmy Regan Teammate of the Year. The ball was deflected out, goes back to Team USA.
And I think this is a dangerous time right here for Team Canada because they've had some sloppy possessions, and then Team USA has been able to convert on their end of the field. So really time for Team Canada to lock in just a little bit more in terms of the decision making.
It's got to be frustrating too to do the work to rally back from down 3, get it back to a 1-goal game, feel like you're right back in it. All of a sudden you look up and it's a 3-goal game again. Fed back towards the middle. And boy, everything has started with Nolting from behind. With that, great job, CTGB.
That is exactly what Team Canada needed right there. The big defensive play by Jack Follows.
Senior from Cornell, 34 ground balls, 13 caused turnovers last year. Needed something now. Hogg, he'll pull the trigger, and he gets it to skip home. Braden Hogg, exactly when Canada needed a response, he comes up with it to cut it to 8-6.
He waited that extra second to get composure, to place the ball exactly where he wanted, just getting vision, see where the goalkeeper was, and that is perfect placement for Braden Hogg. Good patience on that play.
Number 15 overall pick in the MLL this year, the Rochester Nighthawks. Played at Albany, where he finished his career with 85 goals and 29 assists.
Impressive numbers.
Another face-off win as Bowering comes through with a ground ball. And he has it checked out. Really good trail check.
But I think that's so deflating for Team Canada because you win the face-off, you get the opportunity, you come up with basically an empty possession off of it. And that's the problem, is you're doing all the hard work at the face-off dot and you're just not reaping the benefits of it. Meanwhile, Team USA really have to applaud their offensive execution. That's a big save right there.
Battle for the ball continues. Ground ball ultimately coming away to Logan Wisnauskas to keep possession alive for Team USA.
And Team USA just doing such a good job working the ball around, stretching the defense, getting different people involved.
That's side goal, side netting. Call that a parent goal. Jeff Trainer not able to get it on target. So another opportunity for Team Canada to get a little bit closer here. 8-6. Still for 4 minutes remaining.
And certainly the idea here for Team Canada, I think, is really valuing this offensive opportunity, making sure they get the look that they want.
Good movement. To your point, not forcing anything. Letting it come to them.
Great cut.
Good give and go. Not able to convert from Dyson Williams. Backup is there. Stays with Team Canada.
Much more solid offensive possession here for Team Canada.
In front. Wow, what a finish.
I really like what we're seeing out of Ross Scott. At least I thought that, yes, that was Ross Scott in terms of the way he's been operating around the crease, his goal-scoring ability.
Scoring his third goal for Team Canada, number 7, Ross Scott.
He's got the hat trick tonight. Cuts it back to a 1-goal game. So the second time that Canada has turned a 3-goal deficit into a 1-goal deficit as they cut it back to 8-7 with 3 minutes to play in the third. The last time they weren't able to get any closer than that. Can they get it even? Set us up for a really thrilling fourth quarter. Another face-off violation on Sisselberger.
Yes.
Second of the second half.
A little puzzling today in terms of the play at the face-off dot for Team USA. I think that would be the biggest takeaway that they would have here in terms of where they're looking to improve.
Back to work for Canada, Finn Thompson.
But what we saw on that last offensive possession, I think, is exactly what Team Canada needs to do. They got great off-ball movement, good passing, and that's what we were talking about with valuing the offensive possession, not trying to force anything, really showing that level of patience. Because it's been impressive what we've seen from the Team USA defense. I think on the whole, they've done very well.
Couple of good fakes, but shot high. So I was given an update. Wearing number 17 tonight. That's actually not Thomas McConvey. That's Adam Charlambides, who was added very late to the roster, apparently. So our apologies to everyone involved. But number 17 is Adam Charlambides as Team Canada turns it over. Also, Casey Wilson is wearing number 2 tonight. We had an issue with that a little bit earlier. Casey Wilson, who would be wearing number 12, is actually wearing number 2. Just rolling with it.
Well, and again, we've talked about this a lot today, but just happy that all these players are getting the opportunity to be here when opportunities become available.
Well, by the way, Charlambides is a heck of a latent add to that roster. It's talking about a extraordinarily high-level player, plays for Cannons in the PL, of course, had a great career at Rutgers. Heck of an add to your roster. Shot wide off the stick of Matt Campbell. As you get a look at the new Canadian goalie, Caleb Creaser. Lehigh over 3 years, has played in 16 games, allowing 13 goals. Under 40 seconds to play. Nolting running the offense for Team USA. Nolting trying to get free. There's a truck behind the cage. No call. Nothing comes out.
And once again, he's trying to draw that defense over with him over on the far side. That time, though, well defended by Canada.
And Matt Campbell shooting before he had the ball. Ends up turning it over in the process. Opportunity for the Canadians to even it up, and they will.
Mike Robinson.
Couple of good fakes from Robinson. And we are tied with 11 seconds to play in quarter number 3.
What a turn of events by Canada. Just really tightening things up.
Team Canada
doing a good job. Great individual effort there by Ty Kurtz. And look at tiptoeing around the crease there. Very good awareness by Mike Robinson.
So for Kurtz, his first point of the night with the assist. For Robinson, his second goal of the game. 8-8. And face-off win the Americans, but they're not going to be able to do anything with it. That'll be how the third quarter comes to a close. Canada rallies from down 3 in the third quarter, and we have ourselves a tie game going to the fourth. We're at Tierney Field in Sparks. You're watching the 2023 USA Lacrosse Fall Classic.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down. They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. That electrolytes are all the same.
And just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing.
Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Quite the turn of events in the third quarter, just when it looked like Team USA was going to create the distance needed to feel comfortable. Instead, a 3-goal run for the Canadians evens us up 8 apiece, headed to the fourth quarter. Glenn Clark, Monica Moore with you from Tierney Field here at the USA Lacrosse headquarters. What was it that you thought Canada did so well in order to rally and respond and get back into this one, Monica?
We talked about valuing the offensive possessions, and it was that first possession that got the run started for Team Canada that I thought they executed so well in terms of the ball movement, the shot selection, and then benefiting just from a couple more great goals. But I think just tightening things up just a bit. And, of course, Team Canada continuing to find all that success at the face-off dot. I mean, that's been a storyline. They haven't been able to capitalize, I think, as much as they would have wanted to.
But that's a killer. Offsides, and it allows Team USA to go quickly, and Logan Wisnauskas makes them pay to put the Americans back in front.
And that does take away a little bit of the momentum that Canada had built up at the conclusion of the third quarter, as you just get another look here. Team USA taking advantage.
Logan Wisnauskas essentially playing a home game here. played prepped at Boys Latin in Baltimore. Obviously had that incredible collegiate career at the University of Maryland. Scores a second goal on the night to make it 9-8. So Team USA gets a gift, is able to take advantage of it, and follows it up with a rare, surprisingly rare face-off win.
Certainly feels like it on the evening, but exactly what Team USA needed, because with Canada going on that run, finishing the third quarter, executing so well, I think Team USA understood they had to tighten things up, really come out on fire here in the fourth quarter.
So with a 1-goal lead, Jeff Traynor will send it back behind. Not feeling the need to just turn it over to Knowlton just yet in this possession. They want to work through their offense. Connor Kurse keeps it moving to his brother Cole. Now back to Knowlton. Knowlton comes top side. Thought he might be trying to back him down. Good skip pass, but not quite on target. That opposite side shot from O'Keefe.
Yeah, you never know what Knowlton is going to do, if he's going to try to turn and go to goal. It's just a little bit more of what we're talking about and how hard it is to defend him.
It's interesting because we would probably point out that when Team USA has been at their best offensively, it's been when they've gone back to X and let Knowlton operate from there as quarterback. You would say, why wouldn't they just do that on every possession? Well, they're trying to work an offense to get more players involved.
And you don't want to be predictable. That's the last thing you want to do, is good defensive stand there for Team Canada.
And Creaser comes away with it. So the Canadians keep it to a 1-goal game here in quarter number 4.
It's been really impressive, though, because every time you felt that Team USA had a lot of the momentum, that they were just going to pull away, Team Canada has found the answer. They've been able to claw their way right back into it.
Put together back-to-back goals late in the second, early in the third, then 3 straight goals to tie it up. Now they trail 9-8. They have been playing the role of cat, Team USA's mouse. Can they change that here in this fourth quarter? Operating, trying to get free. Doesn't see a shot he likes, so he moves it over.
But I like this
skip
patience.
Pass. Oh, what a great move, but just a tremendous save by DeLuca. And the dive out, no, they don't reward it to Team USA. All that effort. Jackson Bonnet's trying to get after it.
That's heartbreaking right there, because you do get, I think, the look that you wanted. You see how much power was behind the shot, how it ricocheted away, but then to come up empty. But I did like the patience and the execution from Canada on that play.
So the Americans, they were awarded it. Nice trail check.
And opportunistic there.
Yeah, never went out of bounds.
Owen Grant did a nice job.
Owen Grant plays for Redwoods as well as the Vancouver Warriors in the NLL after his excellent career at Delaware. Another opportunity for the Canadians to try to tie it up. Scott running the offense for Team Canada.
Yeah, he's truly been one of the standouts today, just in terms of the versatility, the diversity of shots that we've seen. He's opportunistic.
Tyson Williams drawing the attention of Bonnets. Gives it back to Hogg. Switches field, skips it over to the opposite side. Not on target. Back up, stays with Canada after Peshko couldn't get the shot. Scott working a 2-man game with Peshko. Peshko has it knocked out. Able to get back on top of it, swipe it up to Hogg. Hogg trying to goose it over. Canada fortunate to hold on to it.
And this is something that's plagued them earlier in the game in terms of the turnovers, the costly errors that Team USA has taken advantage of. So something they're going to have to continue to try to tighten up. This game's so close right now. You just don't want to let Team USA get the additional edge if you're Canada.
Hogg coming back towards X. Witcher there with them. They want to switch. Now Hogg makes his move, gets free, shoots it wide. Kicked up in the air. Backup is there for the Canadians.
He just didn't quite have the angle that he wanted on that shot to break free.
Long possession for Team Canada right now. And a substitution. Oh, who's running the box? You can't have that happen. That is killer. In the fourth quarter, and Team USA again trying to take advantage of it quickly, moving the ball. They're not going to force it. They'll back out and run their offense. The 1-goal lead and 8:30 remaining.
Smart play by Team USA right here. Completely agree. You don't want to force anything. You don't need to.
Wisnauskas lobs the pass out. And the no possession clock. So if you can take a chunk of time off and score a goal, you're going to feel really good about yourself. Kirst kind of forces the issue. He was marked. He was not that open.
Yeah, I don't think that's the shot that Team USA was looking for, but they do hang on to possession.
Yeah, it is a possession shot as they had the backup. Nolting now. This is where they've been at their most dynamic. Nolting is quarterback.
He's doing a good job communicating. You see him out there talking to his teammates, signaling.
Wisnauskas dodging left, feeds it in front. Excellent.
That was textbook execution right there. You draw the defense to you, and then you lob it over to your teammate.
Kirst puts it home.
High percentage shot right here. Because again, you see the defense, they shift as Wisnauskas heads to goal.
Sorry, it was the other way around. It was Kirst to Wisnauskas. I got tongue-tied there. Kirst feeds Wisnauskas to make it 10-8.
That's a big goal for Team USA, and I think for Canada because of the infraction. That one really hurts that then Team USA is able to capitalize, and they did it with such a great team goal.
For Kirst, first assist, second point of the night. Wisnauskas has a hat trick. That's his third of the game to make it 10-8.
Again, everyone's scrambling, and Team Canada comes away with it.
It's Casey Wilson who came up with the ground ball to win the faceoff. They needed it. 10-8 game, no possession clock and a running clock. Cannot really give away too many more possessions. You still have an opportunity in this one.
But we've seen it several times from the Canadians that they have been able to find the answers and put together runs.
There's an answer. Running shot from Mike Robinson, and he joins the hat trick party. It's a 1-goal game again.
That's a gutsy, gritty shot by Mike Robinson.
Scoring team
good placement.
Straight goal and third of the contest.
He had a lot of heat on it. He had built up a running start, but he was going away from goal, shooting back across his body. Somehow able to place that low in a perfect spot. 10-9, and now P. LaSala goes back out.
I have to tell you, I think he made that look easier than it actually was. That is a difficult play to make.
Don't disagree at all. And LaSala with a much-needed face-off win for the Americans.
And that's a good sign for Team USA if they're going to start winning face-offs late in this contest.
Ignacio's done such a good job tonight, but a big win for LaSala. Now is Lanian trying to get free. Move it back up top. Campbell steps in and steps down.
That's a big moment right there for Team USA to create this distance. These two back-to-back goals. This is well executed as well, and there is so much power behind this shot.
Second goal of the game for Matt Campbell. 11-9 Team USA. The lead is back to 2. You can see the flames coming off that shot.
You really could. It was taken with so much confidence in that moment, but it all started with Team USA just winning the faceoff.
But Oldman follows it up with a face-off win of his own and a smart timeout taken by Team Canada. Once the face-off was won, don't let the wing play mess with it all. Gotta have the possession. So a very smart timeout taken with 4:24 remaining in quarter number 4.
And we've talked a lot about it, but for Jack Goldman to go out there and win that faceoff, that was a critical faceoff win. And to have the confidence and swagger to go out and take care of business, again, I think he's going to walk away from this one just feeling like he has shown so well in this event.
Remember, we're talking about a young man who has not played a collegiate game yet. And here he is with the senior team going up against some of the best face-off specialists in the world and coming away with big wins. So, the situation, 4:24 remaining in the fourth quarter. Team USA leads Canada 11-9 here at the USA Lacrosse Fall Classic. Team USA is led by as many as 3 in the second half. Canada fought back to tie it up. Team USA has scored a couple of goals here to get a little separation, but there's still plenty of time. However, as we keep talking about, so important to remember in the international game, running clock and no possession clock. So if Team USA gets the ball back, they can go to work on that clock. So these really do feel like must-convert possessions for Team Canada.
They really do. I mean, the international rule is going to be critical in terms of this one coming down the stretch. You're going to have such good awareness of everything going on out on the field. And again, valuing your possessions. Cannot afford any mistakes right now. Monster face-off win for Jack Goldman. But now Team Canada is going to have to take care of business.
She is the ever-busy Monica Moore. This is the second of what I believe it's something like 37 games you're doing here this weekend, Monica.
Oh, it's a lot. But you know what? There's really no better fall lacrosse event than this one in terms of seeing the top talent, the caliber of play that these athletes bring year after year.
Charlene Beatties feeds it. Hogg keeps it moving. I am Glenn Clark alongside Monica. I'll be with you for a lot of it. Not quite as many as she'll be with you for. I'm so excited to be back here at USA Lacrosse for the Fall Classic again. Hogg dodging left, trying to get free, shoots it wide. Backup is there. Scott back at X. We'll have it on the restart for Team Canada, but you see the clock continuing to run even as he's tracking down that ball. Scott trying to get free in front, makes a nice move, shoots low and scores.
I'm telling you, he has had a special evening. He's so quick and decisive along the crease. Knew exactly what he wanted to do on this play, which is really important. And you see how he works against the defender just to create that sliver of space. That's a big play.
It's that crafty Canadian box lacrosse background where you somehow take a little bit of space and take advantage of it. 2 seasons removed from 50 goals with Rutgers. He's got 4 tonight. It's a 1-goal game again and a critical battle at the dot. And nobody wants to give an inch. Sisselberger now giving chase. Will he get to it in time? Can't swipe it back in. Canada ball with a chance to tie it up.
And that's unlucky there when you do all the hard work and you just can't save the possession. But for Canada, they have time here. Certainly don't have to force anything. You have time to get the shot that you want.
Tyson Williams trying to get free. It's knocked out. He's able to get it back quickly. Oh, Jackson Bonnet's nearly making biggest play of the night. Peshko.
Smart decision, though, here by Canada just to reset as...
Flag comes out, and that might be on Bonnets. He got tangled up in front of the cage. Indeed, and it'll be an extra man opportunity for Team Canada with just 2 minutes remaining. Get a little bit of a gift in their pursuit of an equalizing goal.
But then the question is, what do you do with it? For Team Canada, you have to give them credit, though, because they've had their backs against the wall several times.
Am I right? Is this their first extra man? No, they had an extra man late in the second quarter. So their second extra man opportunity of the game. Under 2 minutes remaining. Ooh, good opportunity in front. Instead, it's going the other way. Trainer pushes it for Team USA. Got to kill off the rest of the penalty. And then they wouldn't mind holding on for the rest of the quarter.
Big defensive stop right there for Team USA.
How's your cardio, boys? You ready to go for a run? Trainer thought about making the move in front of goal there. Decided better of it.
Good decision.
See the Americans spreading out. Trainer gets the second defender coming his way. Oh, nice swim. And it's going to be a Team USA timeout. The shame of that being, I think the timeout was taken before the swim move from Trainer. If they had seen that he was going to be able to split the defenders, they might have been inclined to say, hey, let's keep it in our pocket. But John Danowski and his staff take the timeout with 1:11 remaining.
I think not wanting to leave anything to chance right there, but it was a brilliant move to break free of the double team. And you see the hug there of the trainer and Coach Danowski.
It's such an interesting decision, right, when you're in this spot. If a path to goal opens up for you, do you just go take it? Or do you keep running around and trying to work the clock? I would think, given that it's a one-goal game, you'd be inclined to say, hey, let's go ahead and take a two-goal lead here if we can, especially if they're going to bring Creaser out to defend. I think you almost have to take that, go in, get your goal, take a multi-goal lead with a minute remaining.
I think that's exactly right.
And with that in mind, if you're Canada, do you pull Creaser? I mean, these are always such difficult decisions to make, right? Do you trust that your defenders can get the ball out in the next, I say 71 seconds, but the truth is you need some time left when you get the ball, so you really have, what, 40 to 50 seconds at most to try to get the ball out and get possession back?
Yeah, it's a difficult decision to try to make if you are Team Canada.
Again, if you're a pro team, if you're a collegiate team, you practice these situations every day. These guys have not been together working on this.
But they are exceptionally experienced players who have played in these big game moments time and time again.
Out of the timeout, Team USA ball, leading 11-10. Trying to finish off a win over Team Canada. Of course, they beat both the opener and the finale of the World Championships this past summer in San Diego. En route, back-to-back world titles for Team USA. I was wandering around. The trophy is on display right outside the main building here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. Fans stopping by, taking pictures with the World Championship trophy this weekend. The double, dangerous pass. Goalie is indeed out of the cage. So if the opportunity presents itself,
1 minute remaining.
As Wisnauskas able to stay free so far as we go under a minute.
Yeah, not getting into any dangerous places.
They still have another timeout too. Indeed they did, and they take it with Wisnauskas in trouble in the corner. So successfully between timeouts, they kill off. Ooh, again, I was to understand there would be no math, but I got 21 seconds, Monica, is what I come up with in between timeouts. Now it's kind of a witching hour because you don't have another timeout to bail you out in this situation.
No, that's right. But you did a lot of the work that you wanted to do because to your earlier point, Glenn, Canada, even if they get the ball back, they need some time to get the look that they want. So every second right now that you run off the clock is important for Team USA in terms of their game management. But this is one reason why you save these timeouts and you have them for these moments.
I would also assume that you're drawing up now a play that would be more deliberate to try to get you in front of the cage. That you say, look, we're going to have two strategies here. If now they continue to keep the goalie out of the cage, this is the play that we want to draw up to get somebody free to go score a goal and put this thing on ice. If they don't, well, then we'll be content to keep running around, run the rest of the time off of this clock, and celebrate a victory.
And you see there, the coaching staff's really taking this extra time.
It's been a good one. What a game we have had here tonight. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow.
Absolutely cannot wait to see Northwestern and Penn State.
Come have breakfast with Monica tomorrow morning.
9:30, bright and early. We will be here to kick off a fantastic day of lacrosse.
And Team USA and the Canadian U20 women's teams taking on the defending national champion Northwestern. Bad spot to be in if you're Logan Wisnauskas. Doubled in the corner out of the timeout. So they drew up a play to try to get somebody free to help him out. And they don't get anybody free, but the ground ball comes in the direction. Knowlton got tripped, stays with Team USA.
So, don't know that's exactly what Team USA drew up, but they were able to make it work at least momentarily.
Canada is able to get the ball back. One more chance here for the Canadians, and they'll take their final timeout.
They're going to make this very interesting.
32 seconds left. Last timeout for Canada as they want to try to get this thing square.
Certainly want to make sure they get the look that they want.
To your point, I don't think that's exactly what was drawn up in that huddle there for Team USA. Big plays. So Canada gets one more chance. And you would think that you want to work this one through the hands of Ross Scott.
He really has been the playmaker today. We've just seen how good he is in the tight spaces, working around the defenders. Has scored a lot of impressive goals.
4 goals for Scott, 3 for Robinson, 2 for English, 1 for Hogg. Those have been the goal scorers for Team Canada. And they get one of them free in the final 32 seconds here. No timeout to bail you out if you're in trouble. If you're in trouble, you just got to work your way out of it somehow. Timeouts are gone for the Canadians. See Matt DeLuca between the pipes for Team USA. Does he have a huge save in him here late?
This is exactly what you would script for an event like this, coming down to the wire.
There's an energy here, too. Out of the timeout. Charlene Beatties had it to start. Now it works its way down. Skip pass up top. 17 seconds left. Coming to the near side, running, not able to get his hands free. Peshko feeds inside, and there's the game-tying goal.
Oh my goodness. That was so well executed with the pass.
But how did Dyson Williams get that free?
We're definitely going to have to take another look at this. Drawing some attention behind the back pass, the turn,
Team Canada tying
the finish for Dyson Williams.
Can't leave him that open. 10.8 seconds remaining in the fourth. So if there's a quick face-off win, there's time. Otherwise, we're going to need to play on. And it's not going to be a quick face-off win. There's not going to be enough time for a game-winning goal in regulation. 4 quarters not enough for the teams that met for a world championship just months ago. They got to play on here tonight at Tierney Field. What drama in the closing seconds. Dyson Williams, the game-tying goal with 10 seconds left to force overtime here at Tierney Field.
But Team Canada has done this all night long. Just when you think that it has been enough by Team USA to stretch this out, Canada finds the clutch play, the behind-the-back pass, the turn, the shot. Dyson Williams on the finish.
Yeah, Peshko to maintain his focus as he was being pushed wider and wider and further away from the goal to come up with some sort of angle to connect on that pass. That is special. That is high-level stuff. So why not? A little extra lacrosse tonight.
And well-earned by Team Canada. They just have not lost their composure. They have been confident in their abilities all evening long. Every time Team USA got the edge, Canada would find the answer.
Rallied from down 3 goals in the second half to force overtime. And again, the reminder, they've been dominant tonight at the face-off dot. And now the most critical face-off of all of them coming up here to start overtime. Canada has absolutely both of their face-off specialists, Inacio, who I assume will go out there to start overtime, and Oldman's been great too against Sisselberger and Lasala. Big moments. You get a look at Asher Nolting, who had an incredible 4 quarters, 2 goals, 2 assists. They could have used one more. Can they find him here in overtime for a game winner?
And there's a lot that he's done that will not show up in a box score.
I'm going to take a look at Asher Nolting's night. Just absolutely bullying his way in front.
He's been so dynamic, whether it's been creating for himself or creating for others. At times, he has been a matchup nightmare for the defense.
See all 4 of his points. And the tension comes. He goes, finds some help. The former High Point Panther, Asher Nolting, making a statement about a national team future. So here we go. It's Inacio out there against Lasala. 4-minute overtime period, golden goal. And don't forget, this is sort of like old school collegiate lacrosse because there's no shot clock. So whoever wins this is probably going to try to hold it for a little while. Lasala had a shot at it. He comes away with it.
An all-important face-off win. And for Team USA, who struggled a bit at the face-off dot, to be able to come out and win the face-off at the start of this overtime period, that is huge.
You got to think back to the pre-shot clock era. That's loose. Ooh. Ooh.
I think for a lot of people in the crowd, their hearts just stopped in that moment.
Cole Kirst, fortunately, able to hang on to it for the Americans. Connor Kirst. Now, it doesn't look like Team USA is going to take the air out of the ball. That was what we used to see, of course, at the collegiate level years ago in the pre-shot clock eras. You would just suck the time out of it to make sure that either you scored or the overtime period would end.
And they certainly want Asher Nolting involved
Trying
here.
to bully his way free. The second defender started to come over. He feeds it up top. O'Keefe blocked back. It's going to get over midfield. Picked up behind, in trouble at the sideline and having it checked out. Makar couldn't hold on to it.
Another clutch moment for Canada.
A chance for the Canadians to come away with a victory if they can convert on this possession. English.
They've done themselves so many favors this evening. Just when they have needed that clutch play, they have found it. It has been something to see different players stepping up in different moments.
English. Defender was briefly hung up. Oh, shot wide. That would have been the winner. That ball still finally does roll over. Scott trying to put an end to this one. Just couldn't quite get it on target.
But important for Canada, they were able to hang on to possession.
Hog to English. English looking for the screen. Gets the switch. English. Feeds it in front. There's the winner! Dyson Williams! Oh, Canada!
Dyson Williams, the hero, to force overtime and then to convert on the game winner. But what about that pass? This is great off-ball movement, and it's a great find. But Sam English today has been absolutely phenomenal. And that is another example of what he can do. Dyson Williams with the finish.
His 3rd point of the game, Sam English, as he finds Dyson Williams, who went 59 minutes without scoring a goal, and then scores the 2 biggest goals of the night for Canada as they extract some level of revenge after falling in the gold medal game at the World Championships. And they take down Team USA tonight here at the USA Lacrosse Fall Classic. Monica, this was fun.
It was. We could not have asked for anything better tonight from these two teams. They really brought an extra level of play. We talked about this at the start of the show in terms of the fact that Team USA, they're just coming off of their World Championship. And what are we going to see here at this event? We saw a little bit of everything, and all of it was exceptional.
Rallying from down 3 goals, Canada. We'll take a look at their highlights from the second half. And bad turnover to start the second half. Picking up up that loose ball. Ross Scott putting it home. And didn't seem like it was going to be significant at the moment. But as the game went on, it was more significant. Mac O'Keefe scoring there. We just saw this one a second ago. What a night for Asher Nolting in the loss.
Yeah, Asher Nolting did everything he could to facilitate and to convert. But Canada just kept pressing on. Lots of contributions from lots of different players. We thought Ross Scott was a standout.
And you saw the goal from Hogg, followed up by that one from Scott. And in transition, really good push. And a great spin move that led to getting in front English free. So that was Robinson who got free for one of his three.
And you see so many of these great assisted goals. That's a good individual effort there, though, for Logan Wisnauskas.
Seemed like Team USA was going to be able to get the job done. Curse to Wisnauskas. They had a 2-goal lead late, 11-9, but the Canadians wouldn't give up.
It was Mike Robinson again. Team USA, different people stepping up. That was an absolute rocket by Campbell.
Closing minutes, Ross Scott, team needs a goal. I'll just go find it myself. Cuts it back to 11-10. Then they get the ball back in the final minute. Team USA not able to grind the clock out. The behind-the-back pass, Peshko to Williams. Williams ties it up, and then here's the winner.
Just a great ball from Sam English, and once again, it's Dyson Williams, the hero, for the game winner.
What a day one it was. We'll be back in action tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. The Canadian U20 women taking on Northwestern, followed by the U20 American women, and then we'll have the American men taking on Penn State, with the nightcap being the Canadian men taking on Penn State. For our entire team, Monica Moore, I am Glenn Clark. It's been a great night. Again, your final score in overtime. Team Canada 12, Team USA 11. You've been watching the USA Lacrosse Fall Classic.